Vincent Weibel, and I'm presenting eCharge, a battery charger and storage solution. I'm really pushing to nudge customers from single-use primary AA and AAA batteries to using all rechargeables, replacing everything in the household or a small business. Primarily pushing because of the waste and environmental aspect of going through so many packs of batteries that just end up in the landfill, as well as cost. Cost is a big factor. After about a year or two, using rechargeables ends up paying for itself. And in emergency situations, in a lot of ways, it's actually better to have rechargeables because once your primaries are used up and done, that's it, unless you can go and find more. Within the household, there are quite a number of different kinds of batteries, from little tiny button batteries to 9 volts to D cells and C cells that have been kind of phased out. And I'm primarily focusing on the AA and AAA batteries in the nickel cadmium and nickel metal halide chemistry style. My users are larger family units, small and medium companies with high volume battery usage. And I'm really pushing to take the interaction that people have with charging from going to the drawer, trying to find batteries that are charged. Are they good? Are they not? If they have rechargeables already, they got to find the charger. They got to find a place to plug it in. It adds so many steps to the process. I want to make it a simple, clean, walk up, grab a new set of batteries, drop the old ones in, you're done. Current solutions that are out right now are actually, like in this top left here, is this really tightly packed AA's that are actually kind of hard to get out after you've got them in there. And also there's some DIY solutions for charging and storage, but not a very attractive consumer product. My primary focus is to really create a charger that stores and charges batteries all in one unit. Allows one-hand operation to insert and remove batteries, and simple green and red LED lights for charging, as well as wall mounting this unit. My mood board, and into my sketches. Kind of did a bunch of exploratory sketches. I, of course, kind of angled into the idea of using magnets. As you can see here, it's actually a pretty convenient way to attach and charge batteries. Continue on with various hopper designs. And ultimately, I kind of went back to the flat design and kind of explored some side profiles on how the hopper would distribute the batteries to the base. And I really kind of settled on this wonderful design with the side windows indicating how many batteries are in the unit, as well as 2 holes at the top where you'd insert the AA or AAA batteries with sizes adjusted accordingly. And you would remove the AA's and AAA's at the base here. And then I moved into some models and prototyping, really get a better idea of how many batteries are going to be in this unit, when they're all together, how big is this going to be. And one of the big problems I ran into was when inserting the batteries into the hole, several times the battery would come in perpendicular to the rest of the batteries at the bottom, and that was kind of a major problem that I really had to work out, and kind of put that in the back burner for a little bit and moved on to building the upper charge bay unit. And this is a fully functional charge bay unit that I'm working on, building the slugs for attaching the wires, and a little mess around with a little VR down here in the bottom to get a better idea of how big this unit's going to be, what it's going to look like in person before I ended up 3D printing it. And this is my final design. As you can see here, we've got a beautiful side window to indicate where the battery levels are, or how many batteries are in, rather. And at the top here, I added an additional kind of a thumb, just like an imprint there, to kind of give a little bit of memory of where you'd want to place the batteries when they're charged, as well as finger indents for making it kind of obvious, like this is where I pinch and pull out the batteries. And this particular section here, in addition to battery charging with magnets, I also have what I like to kind of call the magnet gate. When the battery reaches the bottom, it's held in place by two magnets on either side. Keeps the rest of them from falling out and makes it easy for pulling out when finished. Let's see. Here's a nice undershot on the left here. This is where I would wrap cord, or the power cable. And on the right here, this is a real nice type shot of this kind of a chevron pattern. And to kind of go back to my issue with the perpendicular batteries once placed in there, I really had to go back and mess with my prototypes, drawings, and really kind of figure out, okay, how am I going to solve this? I kind of went to some inspiration of display case chapstick holders and all that, and it was kind of tricky figuring out how to do it. And I ended up coming with the idea of actually angling the batteries inside in the chevron pattern, so that when you do slide the batteries in, as they fall down, even if they're perpendicular, they hit and immediately slide. The bottom pulls out and puts them in place one after another, and it works every single time. It's quite beautiful. There's a nice shot of inserting AAA battery on the AAA battery side, as well as the charger units. And actually, I have a little video here of my prototype that I was working on. This is quite easy to pull in and out from the charge unit. Quite satisfying, actually, as well. In addition to the battery chargers, I also wanted to have an emergency backup light, flashlight, that's built into the unit, that's always charged on tap, and has a power outage detection circuit. So as soon as power goes out, the flashlight comes on. It both indicates where the flashlight is, as well as where the bank of batteries are that the person may want to use for other batteries or other electronics in the house during power outages or other emergency situations, radios and whatnot. Here's an exploded view. Shell casing. I'm currently working on my fully functional prototype from the top down here. The upper charge bay is pretty close to being finished. There's a couple in context photos. Kitchen wall, office wall. Close-up render. And the final eCharge charging and battery storage solution.